U Menteri Rangba Kajala u Conrad ki sangma ulapan benaban pentre kam ya ka local football club support scheme ka batmu ban kan tiu ya ka kam ya la kai football ha Kajala. Kani ka sin jam kan yarap ban kershan pisa ya ki club ki batbin ki ban let ya shimbanta sha ka I League 2 shaneng ki la ban yo ya ka jingarap ka ban kot hadu lai klur tingka kat ba ki club shnong lani intermediate Kajala ki la ban yo ya ka jingarap pisa ka ban kot hadu kumba khatsan lak tingka. Ya kani Menteri Rangba Kajala ulapan bena habakran ha ka jingalang play ya ka Shillong League jong 133rd Indian Oil Durand Cup kabat sedang ha ka artrik menta ubnai hapo JN Complex Polo Shillong. Nadu basdang pentre kam ya ka State Sports Police ha u arhajar khatra katanal Sports and Youth Affairs Kajala kalala banle shibun ki AKA. Kini ki kentop ya ka jingtre ya ki madan ya lek kai ha Kajala kajing pentre kam ya ka program talent identification and nurturing scheme kum ka star program bat kum ju ru ban penlong ya ki lumpung ya lek kai Kajala kari bat kiri ka perthei habakren shakila pathai khobor hadin ka jinga lek ka jong ka Durand Cup u Conrad ulaong yi kerpat ya ki nongshong shnong ka nong ba Shillong bakin ya mi pat ba ban wan sakhi ya ki jinga lek ka jong ka ni ka lumpung Durand Cup nalor kata ulaong ru ngisngok men shibun ban pendan kam ya ka ni ka singi na ka benta ban sam ya ki jingtep halor ke sin jam balas dang da ka sorkar ha ka football bat ki wei ki jinga lek kai ha ka Jala ki jing penlut ha ki jingtei ki lumpung ya lek kai bat ki grand kim dei satya ki jing penlut Henry ki dei ki jingkan show ha ki samla jongi ulaong.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank the armed forces, especially the Indian Army, for having selected Shillong as one of the venues for the Durand Cup. As you know, the Durand Cup is one of the oldest tournaments in the country and one of the oldest tournaments in the world, in fact. And Meghalaya, and especially Shillong being a very football-loving state, it makes a lot of sense for us to be part of this tournament and to host it, and especially to have our own teams also being part of the Durand Cup itself. I would like to congratulate the Honorable Minister, Sports and Youth Affairs and the entire Sports Department for having successfully completed this particular stadium, which is now hosting the tournament. As you can see, that this is at the international standard, and a lot of work has gone into making this stadium what it is today. Apart from that, I would just like to share with you also that in the last many years, the government of Meghalaya has been focusing a lot on sports and on sports infrastructure. And just to give you an idea, that when we had initially started our tenure in MDA 1, we had roughly about 50 different infrastructures throughout the state, plus minus. And as of today, we have about 275 new structures which are under construction or in progress in different parts of the state. So almost, 3, 4, 5 times, in fact, fold increase in the infrastructure, numbers of sports infrastructure that have come up in the state, plus minus. And as of today, we have about 275 new structures which are under construction or in progress in different parts of the state. So almost 3, 4, 5 times, in fact, fold increase in the infrastructure, numbers of sports infrastructure that have come up in the state. The government has also decided that we need to support our different clubs at different levels, and therefore we are going to start a special program where under the government we are going to support different clubs in terms of financial support, and we're starting with football, and as we move along, hopefully in other sports and disciplines also it will happen. So we have two categories where we're going to support local clubs. The first one is what we call the elite clubs, which is the I League and above. Those clubs that make it to the I League and above, the government will support them with a grant of 2 crores and an additional 1 crore through sponsorship. So 2 plus 3 plus 1. This is a fund that we are giving to support and to motivate clubs that are doing well. So this fund will be given to the clubs that are able to make it to the elite club, which is the I League and above tournaments that are there at the national level. So there are of course very few clubs right now in Meghalaya that make it, but we're hoping that with this incentive that we plan to give, which is 2 crores plus another 1 crore through sponsorship, 2 crores from the state government, we're hoping that this would be a motivation for other clubs to start doing better and performing better in the future. While we do that, we also realize that there are many clubs at the grassroots level which may not have that kind of talent and exposure yet to be at the elite club. So based on different criteria and categories, we will work out more details on this. But we do plan to come out with what we call the grassroots and the intermediate clubs. So we plan to support them up to 15 lakhs to these clubs also, which can be in any part of the state. And we will come out with certain criteria. Again, this is being done to promote and to support football and also hopefully other clubs in terms of other disciplines in the future, maybe some other sports and other games that are there. So we're starting off with football, but hopefully, as I said, in the future we'll have many other games also to be part of this. Apart from that, you are also aware that we have been supporting different associations, and we've been giving a lot of support to the players and the athletes themselves in different disciplines. We've come out with different programs like the STAR program, where we look at scientifically selecting candidates and sports person based on the talent that they naturally have. And it's a very scientific approach which is done in many parts of the world. And we are one of the first few states to have adopted this scientific process of actually selecting different candidates and different sports person. Apart from that, I would come back to football. I also would like to share with you that we are officially going to launch the football mission 2 in the state very soon. You're aware that we have approximately about 100 plus minus grassroots centers that are functioning under the grassroots, the football mission program at the grassroots level. We plan to expand that much more aggressively in the future, so that more youngsters can get an opportunity to get trained, get professional help and professional support at the rural level also, and that we hope will then produce many more talented footballers and allow them to come into the mainstream football scenario at the national as well as hopefully the international level also. We are going to be hosting the Meghalaya Games also very soon in Jayanti Hills this time. So preparations for those games also have started, and Honorable Minister has already started taking reviews of that to see how what kind of infrastructure requirements will be there and what are the steps to be taken. So that's also a very exciting tournament and games that we look forward to, and this will be the first time that, of course, Jayanti Hills will be hosting the Meghalaya Games in this year, means in this season basically, which is 2024-25. It's another very important point that this residential academy, which will be one of its kind in the Northeast, will be set up, and this is again being done to explore the talent at the grassroots level and give them the opportunity to train and the exposure and the opportunity to play at the national as well as international level. You see, these kind of expenditures cannot be seen as an expenditure. You have to realize that this is an investment in our youth. When you invest in sports, you invest in the character of the youth. When you invest in sports, you invest in the discipline of the youth. You are shaping these youths to become better. Whether they win or lose, that's a different part. But to be able to follow your passion, to be able to train, to be able to get discipline in what you do, and to be able to get the opportunity. I think these are things you cannot value or you cannot quantify with winning or losing or with the money that you spend, as you said. So I won't look at it as expenditure. I look at it as investment in our youth.